two would-be wolves no one can control.
Ooh, he's very strong, isn't he?
Strong isn't the word, Victoria.
And that terrify the neighbourhood.
I am frightened. I live in fear.
So who takes care of these uncontrollable nuts? Mum Linda tries her best.
I feed them. I have to pick up all the dog poo from the garden because nobody else bothers to do it.
That's it. Oh.
Dad, Caesar, does very little.
Caesar will probably be sleeping, on the computer or watching television. My husband lets them get away with murder. Absolutely murder.
I love them too much, you know, but...
You're not doing them any favours.
No, I know. That's it. Stretch your legs then, go on. Stretch your legs. Oh.
His family are sick of it and believe he loves the dogs more than them.
He spoils the dogs way too much. He treats them like his kids rather than we're his kids. If, like, the dog's on the settee, I'll be like, Dad, I want to sit down, and be like, don't move the dog, don't touch the dog.
I feel like he cares for them more than us. He's got photos of them on his computer. I think he's got more photos of the dogs than us.
The Colangelo family are at breaking point.
I know you've got to be called kind and all that rubbish, but
Well, yes.
I just can't with the dog.
Well, you're going to have to learn. I can't cope with it anymore.
No.
I'm stressed.
No.
I find the fact that Caesar doesn't listen to me when I'm asking for help really upsetting. It can make me cry.
There's only one woman who can help them, Victoria Stilwell.
When you take on big dogs, you take on a lot of work. It's a huge commitment of time and effort, and if you can't control them, their bad behaviour will affect the entire family, which is exactly what's happened to the Colangelo family.
Victoria's arrived to sort things out.
What is life like living in his house with them then?
Well, everything's taken over by the dogs, really. For me, in particular, I'm the one that worries about them if they don't go for a walk in the evening. I'm the one that has to clear up after them, I feed them.
Why don't you clean things up when you see them?
Linda suffers, well, I just get the enjoyment. You know, if they break something, Linda clears it up. If they make a mess, Linda clears it up.
Alfie, get down, down!
True to form, Alfie sabotages their chat. And although Linda tries to gain control...
Get down!
As usual, Caesar does nothing.
Oh my God! Oh my goodness
Alfie, get
me.
down!
My first reaction to this is that Caesar is letting his dogs get away with everything and that he's soft on them and that he's spoiling them. And Linda is desperately trying to get control but doesn't have his support.
Outside, Victoria's about to see firsthand why these dogs only get a few hours walk a week.
Whoa, come here. Come here, come here.
He's very strong, isn't he?
Strong isn't the word, Victoria. Come here.
This isn't a walk, is it? It's a drag.
No. It's a drag.
With their dogs so out of control, Linda and Caesar are too scared to ever let them off the lead.
It's no wonder that these dogs aren't walked because it's just not pleasurable. Caesar and Linda have no control over them, and it's not the dog's fault, it really is their fault.
And when nature calls, Caesar passes on the poop scoop.
Did you just pass the bag to Linda?
Yes.
So that Linda could pick up the poo?
I'm a typical man. I'm guilty of that. I'm guilty of that.
Always does that.
I do feel bad about it, Linda.
No, you don't.
I don't, no.
You are going to be prime poo man now.
Oh, my God, Linda.
Oh, yes. I'm going to be really, I'm going to love this.
I dare say you are.
Yes. I think Linda is in a difficult place because although Caesar loves the dogs, he's actually not prepared to put in the real work. For goodness sake, he doesn't even pick up the dog's poo when they're walking together.
I'm sick and tired of being the only one that seems to be accountable and responsible for their behaviour and their welfare.
Do you think Caesar needs to take more responsibility?
Yes, yes, I think he does, but he needs to know that as well.
He'll know that.
Good.
He'll know that.
Good.
Victoria's seen enough. She's convinced that Caesar must understand exactly what effect his behaviour's having on his family. So Mum and the kids have written down some long overdue home truths to hit Dad with.
Life in this house isn't fair. You treat the dogs better than you do me and Stephen. Please will you start disciplining the dogs and treat them like dogs, not like your favourite children.
I feel like you look after the dogs rather than our needs. It's not fair on us, really, that they get treated better than we do.
I've had enough of arguing, and I want us to work together as a family to try and overcome the problems that we have with the dogs, instead of just copping out and just having all the nice bits and not taking any responsibility.
What do you have to say to your family?
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I cannot train these dogs until I see positive action from you. And if you tell me now that you can't change, I will walk out that door.
I will do my utmost to change, because I want I want my family to have their life back, and as well as their dogs as well, to have a nice life. I will do my utmost.
I think that was very difficult for Caesar to hear, but he needed to hear it. And I just hope that his reaction wasn't just lip service, that he actually is going to take positive action, because you can talk all you like, you can say sorry all you like, but unless you take action, it means nothing.
The comments my family have made today about me, I've taken on board, and they are right. I've got nothing in my defence to say why I do it. It is true. Well, I've got a defence, I know why I do it, but I can't deny it. That's news.
After hearing what his family has to say, Caesar tells Victoria the real reason he can't bear to deal with his dogs. He hasn't managed to overcome the death of his previous pet, Neo.
His death was very sudden, and how did you feel when he died?
I was devastated. I didn't go to work. I was crying, and he had such an effect on me. And my guilt is I didn't really appreciate him being here. And now probably I'm overcompensating with Alfie. This is the reason I'm soft with the dogs.
All right, so yeah.
He's so traumatised that he still keeps the ashes of his dead dog.
I think it's going to be difficult for you to put Neo behind you. And of course, he's still very important, and he's still going to be part of all your memories. But I think you need to move on.
Okay.
Victoria wants to help Caesar get over the death of his previous pet, Neo, before he can focus on training Molly and Alfie.
Because this is Neo's memorial. And I know that especially how sensitive it is when somebody loses a pet. What I want to do is give you this tree so you can plant it in your garden. And also what I got for you is a little plaque as well to hang by the tree in memory of Neo.
Instead of scattering his ashes, this tree will mark the passing away of Neo.
It's actually quite fitting, really, that it goes there, so that when the dogs are out there, that's...
9 months he had this effect on us, didn't he? 9 months.
I think it was quite hard for Caesar and Linda to plant that tree, but in a way it was a cathartic experience. They've got the beautiful memory of Neo there that's going to grow every year into a beautiful tree, yet they can pull their focus away onto Molly and Alfie and do the training that is needed. I brought you here today because I have a little surprise for you, which I think you and the dogs are going to love.
It's called Canny Cross. Eileen and Andrew are being tugged along by their huskies, Pacha and Alexia.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I hope you can run.
Oh, God.
It's perfect for Alfie and Molly, who've always pulled their owners when out and about. It's also good exercise for couch potato Caesar.
How do you feel about this?
I think the dogs will enjoy it probably more than what we will.
This activity is one fun run for the dogs, and because they pull the extra weight of their owners, they get one hell of a workout.
How does that feel? That looks fantastic.
I enjoyed it. For the first time, they could actually run with us.
Are you exhausted?
I need a medal, I think. It really, really was really good fun.
Well, I think this is something you should definitely do, because I think it's going to be so beneficial for your dogs and so beneficial for you too.
On the way home, it's Caesar's turn to pull his weight with the dogs. When there's a poop to scoop, he must do his bit.
Caesar is now picking up a steaming great poopy. Whenever you're walking with Linda, you're going to do it. And that's when I'm not here as well.
My role has changed because now I take a bit more responsibility, clearing up the dog mess, and just general with the dogs helping out Linda a lot more.
When I first came here, the dogs were tearing the family apart. Now the dogs and the family are transformed, and they have made this a real success.
Thanks for watching. If you love It's Me or the Dog and want more dog training tips and tricks, visit my official site, positively.com. And if you're interested in learning more about becoming a dog trainer, check out the Victoria Stilwell Academy. Links to both sites are in the description. I'll see you online.